chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Of his most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's your girl. Listen. Now, I'm 1 or 2 days early, so she's staying consistent, as well as with my social media content over on the Instagram. Your girl has been posting, honey. Give me a fucking break here. So listen, what's going on new with y'all? Thank you guys for running the numbers up last week. Got a couple of comments. Got, almost to 100 views. Listen, I'm a small niche market over here. I talk about a little bit of everything. The algorithm gets a little bit confused. So help your girl out. Repost your girl. Run my numbers up. You're entertained. What else has been going on with me? Oh, let me light a little cigarette because I have some very important news for you all. So, your girl has been celibate for a year. Well, honey, as of Saturday afternoon, she is no longer celibate, okay? Honey, I tore that man to pieces, honey. It had been a year. These moans. Listen, when you're taking hormones and you're going from man to woman when you're transitioning, I don't know what it does when it's woman transitioning to a man, but for me, honey, I get in these moods where like, the thought of sex makes me sick. And then there's other times, honey, when, listen, mama has needs. And those needs are like knocking in the back of my head. So, honey, I had to do what I had to do. So, listen, I linked up with one of my old flames, which, that's going to be a story time for another time. But, honey, it's nothing like a familiar piece that you ain't had in a while. And they come through and you're in a good mood. He's in a good mood. Y'all both know what y'all back for, bitch. And then it's honey, can you tell by the glow? Girl, I got my life on that piece Saturday. Anyway. So, enough about my personal business. Y'all done got enough of my tea, honey. But listen, mama had to catch her almonds, okay? Twice. So, last night was the 2026 BET Awards. Look, listen, I'm 3 minutes into the show and I've already lit my first cigarette. Whew. Girl, I got a bullshot tie. So last night was the 2026 BET Awards, right? And before I say anything, let me tip my hat to the entire production team, to the directors, the producers, the writers, the hosts. That was the best BET Awards I have seen in years. It was diverse. It was classy. It was upscale. It was black tie. It seems like they had a strict dress code because I didn't see nobody's ass cheeks except for one bitch. Okay, we're going to get to her in a minute. But it was beautiful. So first, let me touch on my favorite looks. Number one, I gotta give it to Eva the Diva, honey. Eva motherfucking Pickford killed it in this mouletter look. I love the gold accessories. Listen, a lot of people have been talking about Eva Pickford and her face. We have to remember that the first time we saw Eva, I think she was like 18 or 19. She was very, very young on America's Next Top Model. And people do age. She's had 3 or 4 kids, She's been married, divorced, then remarried again. You know, she's acting, she's on The Housewives, so she's been through quite a bit. But I love the bone structure, honey. She just looks like out of this world gorgeous. Her face card has always been the T. And I love the color on her too. Not something I would expect Eva the Diva to wear, honey. But shouts out to her. Also, honey, I have 3 favorite best dress. Also, I love Doechii in this knitted dress. I thought it was peekaboo in all the right spots. Give him a little nipple, give him a little crack, give him a little belly button, give him a little hip, honey. Ooh, excuse me. I thought she looked absolutely beautiful. And let me tell you something about Doechii. Her style has really has really evolved over the years, because now she's in this whole, alternative black girl neo soul aesthetic, which I am absolutely loving. And a lot of the girlies on Instagram, on social media, have been adopting this. I feel the need to, try it myself a little bit. I love Italian fashion, honey. But listen, it's time for Jaja to get back to her roots. Okay? I might wear this Afro wig the next episode. Doechii inspired. My best dress of the night, though, I gotta give it to Lizzo. Lizzo looked absolutely stunning in this Christian Cohen chainmail body hugging gown that was just peekaboo in all the right spots. I'm gonna tell you, the piece de la resistance for me with this look, it was the hair and the glam. The hair, you guys know I love big, wild fucking hair. Lizzo, the weight loss, I don't want you to get any smaller than this. You look absolutely stunning. Now, I gotta get to my worst dress. And I gotta give it to Lotto. Honey, I'm not even going to show the back of the dress, because what you see in the front is definitely what you're going to get in the back, okay? So let your imaginations run wild for all my male viewers who like this sort of thing. Listen, I think the look is fabulous. I think she just had a baby. The body is banging. She got right back up on that table right after that baby, honey. Allegedly. And I think she looks absolutely phenomenal. I think her butt is too big. I think her butt is way too big. But, I mean, she looks amazing. But this wasn't the time nor the place. A lot of people in society, when it comes to queer people, we're always like, oh, the children. She was on the red carpet with Bow Wow and Roxy Diaz, who hosted the red carpet, who did a great job, by the way, accompanied by Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked and Lauren LaRosa from The Breakfast Club. So, shout out to them. I thought they did a great job. But she was on the red carpet with Roxy Diaz, former 106 & Park host Roxy Diaz, and Bow Wow, with this dress on, and they were interviewing a little girl. And I'm like, nobody's going to say something about her with her ass out in front of this little girl? I thought we were protecting the children. But I'm not going to read too much, because it was a night of black excellence. We're going to let that slide. But Lotto girl, read the room, honey. I thought everybody, I didn't see not one bad look. I thought Janet Jackson ate. I liked Tiana Taylor's look, but I thought it could be a little cooler for the BET Awards. I thought it could have been it was giving very Eurocentric for the BET Awards, but that's okay. She looked amazing. I thought all the girls looked good. Even Lotto, she looked good, but the outfit just wasn't right for the occasion. Now, talking about the award show itself, listen, I thought Drewski did amazing. I was not expecting him to hit it out the park. I mean, for his opening act, he did the whole black church pastor skit. He came out dressed as Jay-Z at one point. I thought I look at Drewski now, ever since he did that Erica Kirk skit, and I look at him as our new favorite black funny man. He is vastly becoming... I could see Drewski hosting the Oscars. He would have to dial it back a little bit. But I could definitely see Drewski hosting the Oscars, the Golden Globes. You know what I mean? And I love the moment between him and Duran Bernard when they were singing Tevin Campbell together. I thought that was hilarious. I think Duran Bernard is such a key. And I also loved his performance for the D'Angelo tribute. He sang a song that not many people, a D'Angelo song that not many people are familiar with. So huge shout out to Duran Bernard. Also, Cardi B killed it. I loved her performance. It was this whole biker theme. I thought it was everything, honey. But that Lauryn Hill tribute brought me to tears. I absolutely cried. At first I was like, Lauryn Hill, really? And then, you know, a lot of times people now in 2026, when they think of Lauryn Hill, they think of that one album. But that tribute reminded me of, damn, Lauryn Hill had way more than that one album. She was a part of the Fugees, which is an iconic royal group in rap. One, if not the greatest, one of. She's had songs with D'Angelo. She's had songs with you know, Bob Marley, and you know, her kids came out to pay tribute to her. You know, she has the song Zion, which was about her son Zion, who came out and performed the song for her, and her daughter came out. Lizzo again knocked it out the park with her performance of Doo-Wop with Rhapsody. Rhapsody, I think her name was. Who the two of them did an excellent job. Doechii and Nas singing "If I Ruled the World." Quick sidebar: I hate that song. I don't hate that song. Let me change it. That's not the kind of song you could listen to. That's a special occasion record. And I think for the times that we're living in, when I was listening to Nas rap the lyrics, I thought, now this is the perfect occasion for this song. It's kind of like that real sexy dress, you know, that you look at every time you're getting ready to go to a function. It's like, girl, I can't do it to them. I can't do that to them now. You know what I mean? But that song is a part of that is hip hop history. That song. Now, don't listen. I'm not disrespecting the queen now. She is from Jersey. Hello, Jersey in the house. Jersey in the house. Queen Latifah and Common did one of my favorite Lauryn Hill songs of all time. You Just Lost One. Who else? Oh, I thought SZA and Doechii did incredible. And the part that really brought me to tears, just watching Lauryn Hill's reaction to the opening of her tribute, was Tanya Blunt. Now, if you don't know who Tanya Blunt is, there once was a young girl from Jersey named Lauryn Hill. And she was in this amazing movie with Whoopi Goldberg titled Sister Act 2. And in the movie, you know, Lauryn Hill, everybody, who am I talking to? Y'all know y'all done seen Sister Act. Well, Tanya Blunt was the co-star that sang that beautiful rendition of His Eye Is on the Sparrow, which has gone on for now 30 plus years to be one of the greatest gospel songs of all time. I mean, I put that rendition of His Eyes on the Sparrow up there with Whitney Houston's I Love the Lord. Okay, you know I don't play about my nippy. Notice how all these people are from Jersey, right? I come from greatness. Shout out to the 07042 bitch. When I saw her and her husband, I was like, just seeing Lauren's reaction, she was so grateful, so appreciative. She was really, I mean, just to see her reaction, to see her really get the flowers that she deserved, because I don't know any other artist in the history of music, that has built an entire empire, career, and who has toured the world successfully off of one album. And just to know that she's from where I'm from, and that she's from where I'm from, and I just lost my train of thought. And to know that I was alive Even though I was a kid, listen, we used to do-wop that thing till our parents could not stand Lauryn Hill. You hear me? Oh, girl, guys, you know you better watch out. Girl, my mother was like, please find something else to listen to. We burnt, I think I have 4 copies of that album. 4. So just to know that I was alive and I saw her from when she was on the Fugees doing Sister Act. Just to know that I have been able to, been blessed enough to watch her rise. I mean, it just brought me to tears. I thought it was so beautiful. BET, y'all hit it out the park this year. I am telling you, this was a great, now I'm not the biggest fan of T.I. because you know how he feels about the LGBTQIA plus community. Okay. But respect is due. Respect is due. He is the king of the South. He opened up the awards. I loved his performance. He took us back to, 2006 and then brought us back to 2026 with his latest hit, running through the checker flag, running through the red light. I don't know what the name of the song is. Who else did I really, really enjoy? This was the first year I watched the entire BET Awards. I haven't watched an entire BET Awards in God knows how long. Who else did I enjoy? I liked French Montana and Max B's performance until they brought out Rick Ross. Tiana Taylor was presented with the Icon Award by her idol, Janet Jackson, which was a really cute moment. A lot of hate online for Tiana Taylor. Y'all don't know, Tiana Taylor been around longer than a lot of y'all faves. Tiana Taylor been around longer than, dare I say, Rihanna? Or around the same time as Rihanna? She came up with that group. So she's definitely an icon, and she's definitely earned her cemented place in fame and foolalalery, So pipe down. Now, again, excellent job, BET. Absolutely, that award show last night was perfection. Now next year we need Monique to host. We need to bring back Monique to host the BET Awards 2027. All I'm saying. Anyway, so there was a little bit of drama outside the awards. Hold on. So, outside of the award show, January 6th rioter who was pardoned by Dingleberry Don, Jake Lang, started some shit outside the award show, protesting it, calling black parents a failure. Do I have the video? I know I have the video. Where is it at? Come on now. We were doing so good. Here we go. Take a look at this. I mean, really. But it didn't go on for long. Because you got your motherfucking ass whooped. One lesson I want white people to learn before 2027 hits: don't start none, won't be none. He went on social media to cry pussy. This is what he posted on social media after the fact. I was just nearly murdered by a violent black mob outside the BET Awards. They smashed a glass bottle over me that shattered. I didn't see that. And cut my face. They ganged up on us like a pack of wild hyenas. I'm bleeding badly and cut everywhere and on the way to the hospital now. God, fuck. Why was your red belly possum tail frying milk of magnesia MAGA ass at the BET Awards anyway? You know you don't like nothing black. What did you think was gonna happen? Bitch, get out of here. Now, the real audacity and shade of it all was Miss Coach Stormy. Now, if you don't remember Coach Stormy, we talked about her a couple of months ago, when she got caught up in all that, because she was running numbers with Macaroni Tony them, allegedly. And, she's a pyramid scam artist, and she got caught up a couple months ago. A lot of people have called her out over the years with the low vibrational plate because
we're celebrating culture's biggest night. Who is someone you think deserves an apology from the culture?
I think Stormy Nicole Wellington, I deserve an apology from the culture. All that I've done for the culture, I have yet to be appreciated, celebrated, and acknowledged. I have been fighting for the culture since I was 13 years old. I come from Section 8. I come from food stamps. I come from stripping. I come from living in the foster care system. I come from being molested. I come from it all. And I made something out of nothing. I was a teenage mom at 13. I dropped out of school in the 10th grade, and I still made something of myself. And I went back, and I helped my people. But you know what I get? I get talked about. I get stabbed in the back. I get lies and things told about me that ain't true. But it's all good because God got me.
Listen.
So I deserve an apology.
It's nothing else to say after that.
It's me that's who. Y'all can do it right now. Go ahead, drop a comment right there and say I apologize to me because we know, you know what I've done for the culture. I've inspired the culture with my lifestyle, with my fight, with my authenticity. One thing about me, when I'm happy, I'm happy. When I'm sad, I'm sad. If I know, I know. And if I don't, I don't. But I think that it seems like the reward for black success is always punishment. Every time successful people are black, it's always something that tries to tear us down. But I want to say thank you, Neighborhood Talk, because y'all played a big role in who I am today. A lot of those clips that y'all put out there about me went viral, and people found me because of y'all. So thank you, Neighborhood Talk. Keep being great, because regardless of the good or the bad, y'all are helping people to be known and to become brands. So thank you, Neighborhood Talk.
Okay, Stormy, I gave you your 1 minute and 26 seconds, girl. Why is she even there? She doesn't sing. She doesn't act. I wouldn't exactly dub her a media influencer. She's a scammer. Why is she even there? This is not a black excellence, not black trash. Stormy Wellington, if anybody owes anybody anything, it's you. You owe all them people that gave you all that money for their shady ass pyramid scheme their money back. Ooh, excuse me. Are you fucking kidding? The audacity. You should have just been quiet, said, hey, I'm a little gassy. I had, Jersey Mike's today after, I had a quick trip with my girl, Yana. Hey girl. And her baby Zoe, my friend JD's wife and his new baby. Love them. We had a good time tonight. We had a good time today. Before I did the show. Anyway. Yeah, girl. If anybody owes anybody anything, bitch, it's you. And let me tell you something, Coach Stormy. I don't know if I told you this when we talked about you on the last episode, but your elitist attitude is exactly what's wrong with the community. Well, I'm not going to say what's wrong with it. It's one of the things that needs to be fixed in the community. Because here's the thing, Miss Stormy. You, behind the scenes, you tap dance for the white man. You jump through hurdles for the white man behind the scenes. And then they pay you chips for it. And you come back to the community and you tell them that they're low vibrational because they want to save money. Or they're low vibrational because they wear synthetic hair. Or they're low vibrational because they have more than one hot dog and a piece of celery on their plate. Or they're low vibrational because, they're not in a certain tax bracket. You are a money-grubbing skeezer. You shouldn't have even been there, in my personal opinion. Know your place, little girl. Next. So before I, skip on to the next topic, which will be the little bit of Men's Fashion Week in Paris that I did pay attention to, no shade. I also want to shout out Lauryn Hill because I loved her speech. I'm not going to play it because I just got 2 copyright strikes in the last 2 months, so I'm not going to play it. But Lauryn Hill's speech spoke against everything that people like Coach Stormy stands for. It was about equality within our community, appreciating each other for our differences, because that's where, she said, that's where the beauty comes in. You know, from her speech to then she performed my favorite Lauryn Hill song, which is X Factor. And she wasn't going to perform, but she said, "Won't nobody going to perform my X Factor? Okay, well, I'll do it then." And she got up there, and it was so, I was just moved to tears. So, huge shout out to Jersey, one of Jersey's queens. You know, there's only two queens in Jersey, and that's Queen Latifah and Queen Lauryn Hill. And I loved her speech. And any bad thing that the media has said about her, oh, she's a lady, oh, she's a diva, oh, she dispelled all of that shit last night. Nobody cared about any of that last night when she got up on that stage and made that speech. Ironically enough, she also talked about showing grace and forgiveness to people in our community who have messed up. And I thought that it was bold. Not only bold of her, but strong of her to let Ice Cube, who is MAGA, who is a Donald Trump supporter, or was, I don't know if he still is, he is, present her with that award. I thought that it was, I was like, damn, why he gotta be there? And I'm like, well, you know, after Lauryn Hill gave her speech, she talked about forgiveness, and I believe she directed that at Ice Cube. And I thought, well, you know what, why isn't he there? Because he did contribute a lot to the culture, regardless of where he stands now. And I hope all that excellence that he saw last night will bring him back home. So, shout out to Jersey's queen again, Lauryn Hill. Shout out to everybody who did that tribute. Shout out to BET. Y'all did y'all big one last night with that. I watched from beginning to end. And a special shout out to Drewski, because you definitely, you're on your way. You are on your way. But next year we need Monique. Anyway, so again, I didn't pay a whole hell of a lot of attention to the Men's Fashion Week. I've been working. I'm working on something else. I'm not going to talk too much about. So I didn't really get a chance to pay too much attention to it. But the two shows I did pay attention to was the Jacques Mousse show, which was, I believe it was today, and the Dior show. So I want to talk about the Jonathan Anderson Dior show. The opening looks, for me, I need. This is one of those collections where you sort of had to pick it apart and look at each piece. You couldn't look at, you know, the looks. That's one thing I'll say I didn't really like about it. But I mean, the pieces were absolutely gorgeous. If you just, I like this jacket on that model. I like those shoes on that model. I like that handbag on that model. And, you know, sometimes even though, you know, we don't like to think it's hard, this is one of those collections that made you think, all right, what do I have at home that I can wear with that? You know, the pieces were definitely eye-popping. I wasn't a fan of, you know, the boat shoes, Jonathan. But this is a men's collection, so, you know. And it was a full men's collection. There were no women in the show. There was no women looks. But I definitely enjoyed this collection for the pieces of it all. Also, like I said, we had Jacques Mousse, which, you know, I'm a huge fan of Jacques Mousse, honey. Once again, nailed it out the park. I think summer loungewear is his niche. I really, really do. Like, every time he does a spring-summer collection, he knocks it out the park. This was just so easy and breezy and effortless, but still chic and, you know, glamorous. And, you know, these models look like they're on vacation in the desert somewhere, you know, in Dubai or, you know what I mean? Saudi Arabia, darling. It was just everything. I loved the structured sports coats that were kind of short at the bottom and didn't really have that tail at the bottom. I loved the skirts, the illusion mesh. You could see the thong bathing suit underneath these big dramatic skirts and these duster pants, duster parachute pants. I just thought it was absolutely amazing. I love the all white looks. The all white looks did it for me. Like this one with the Dalmatian print, and then it's a plain white skirt at the bottom, the feathers. Very simple, but very intricate at the same time. So huge shout out and congratulations to Jacques Mousse and Jonathan Anderson for putting on 2 great menswear shows for the menswear season. But there was a bit of drama. During Paris Fashion Week, honey. So during Men's Paris Fashion Week, Skepta had a few choice words for rappers or grown men that, I don't have it in here, damn it. For grown men that were really fawning all over the 13-year-old daughter of Kim Kardashian and Kanye West. He was basically saying, it sickens him. I'm going to post it up here because I don't have it right here right now. But basically that it sickens him to see how these men are really kind of inappropriate with North West in a very subtle way, I'm sure. And I was like, well, what does he mean? Well, honey, I kept on scrolling down the timeline and I saw exactly what the fuck he was talking about. Roll the video. Where is it at? So I don't know who this man is with Northwest, but she looks very uncomfortable. She's like rolling her eyes. She doesn't want to be standing next to this man. But then again, Northwest has this certain aesthetic where she gives up, I don't give a fuck, I'm a rebel. So I don't know if it was that, but she definitely looked kind of uncomfortable to me. And I have one question. Where was Kim? Well, in all fairness, I don't know where Kim was, but she did have a chaperone. She was there with Kim's longtime stylist, Danny, who I happen to like a whole lot. But where the hell were you at, Danny? And when you read deeper into what Skepta is saying, who is my husband, by the way, I think he is so handsome and talented. Never mind how fine he is, but he is a artistic genius. And I really look at him in a different light after hearing how upset he was about how inappropriate men were being. When I read into it, what he said on Twitter deeper, it seems like it was not just this one man. And, this is the kind of stuff, Kim, that Kanye was talking about. It's always the people that we deem crazy when they say certain stuff, and then years later down the line, we're like, oh. My niece, Elena, the diva, the dancer, kickball chains, she's around the same age as Northwest, and my sister would not let her be caught dead out the house in all this getup. Blue Ivy is also the same age as my niece, and the same age as Northwest. I think they're like a year or some months apart. And Beyonce ain't letting that girl walk out the house in none of this here getup. Yeah, it's okay if she wants to experiment, Kim, in the house, but to go to Fashion Week, without proper supervision, the optics look like she didn't have proper supervision. Whether she did or she didn't, I'm sure she did. But optically, it looks like she's there by herself. She's 14. She looks like this. It's just not a good look, Kim. And this is exactly what Kanye was complaining about. And it doesn't make you look good as a mom either. And I'm not saying that Kim Kardashian isn't a good mom. I was a huge fan of Kim. I know that she's a good mom, from what I can see. She's done some things politically that I don't agree with. And there's some things that, I've seen and I've seen her do from the past that I've re-seen, and I'm like, you know, but I think it's time to tone this girl down some and keep her artistic freedom in the house and off of social media and out of the public eye. Because, yeah, it's not a good look, especially not for your daughter. For your daughter. And I believe you all know exactly what I mean when I say that. You know, there's a lot of rumors and things floating around, and I don't believe that they're true, but this doesn't help it. You know, Kanye West has said things about you, Kim, in regards to your children that I don't believe are true, but this doesn't help it. She's a 14-year-old girl in the middle of Paris, optically by herself, with a grown man with his arm around her. And I don't know who the man is. Maybe he's a friend of Kanye. But optically, it don't look good. At all. Anyway. So yeah, y'all. Is that the show? That's the show. I just want to talk about the BET Awards real quick and a little fashion week. So yeah. Ciao. I love y'all. I will be back in a few days because we've got some other things to discuss. Oh well, I got 8 more minutes. Why not discuss it now? Megyn Kelly, honey. Let's go to the corner of Normandy and 3rd and Politico on Miss Megyn Kelly, honey. So, you know, I haven't been paying attention to politics for real for the last couple of days. I'm about to get back into it. And I'm gonna make this quick because I only have 5 minutes left. But there's something going on with Haitian immigrants. You know, the Supreme Court is getting ready to vote on birthright citizenship. And Megyn Kelly said this. Take a look.
And look, this has been going on for over a dozen years. Go home. Get out. We know our country's better than yours. That's because we filled it with our work ethic and our culture and our values. You being here only dilutes it for us, those who built it and live it. And half of you people, more than half, you won't assimilate. We don't want you. We don't care if you're offended. Get out. Go home. Go back to fucking Haiti.
That's enough. Girl, fuck you. You mozzarella stick built bitch. You crackers didn't build shit in this country. Y'all didn't do shit. If the Haitians want to come over here and make a good life, as long as they're not causing any trouble for nobody, who in the fuck are you? Girl, I'm so sick of this bitch. She need to take her YouTube channel down. Fuck this motherfucking hoe. Bitch, you look like a raccoon in the face. Old sunken, gaunt ass eyes. Bitch, do you got a liver deficiency, hoe? Go back to your country. Bitch, go back to Sweden. Girl, she is such a cunt. Go find a new motherfucking billionaire dick to suck so you can get on a new network and get the fuck off of YouTube, because we tired of you over here. And it's like this, how long do y'all think this charade is going to go on for? The jig is up. Nobody cares about your bigotry anymore. Nobody. The Obamas opened up that library last week on Juneteenth and dusted y'all. Even the Supreme Court is trying to come out against y'all now. Let it go. Black people are here. Hispanic people are here. Queer people are here. And ain't nobody going nowhere. Okay? And ain't nobody scared. You, on the other hand, should be. Every time you get up in the morning to wash that long, gruesome ass face of yours. Megyn Muttmouth Kelly. Now, ciao. I'll see y'all in a few days.